Hey Collective, welcome back. I hope you're having a good day today. So today I want to discuss forgiveness. I don't know if it's been this new moon, but I've been thinking about it a lot lately. Hindsight is a funny thing, isn't it? If you look back on whatever you've been through, I'm sure there are things you wish you could undo. Things you agreed to just to please another. Words you said or heard you wish you didn't. What you kept quiet just to keep the peace. The sacrifices you made at your own expense. Yeah, I know. But if you've learned from your past like I have, I'm sure you can look back on it now and understand that at the time, with the level of understanding and consciousness you were at, you were doing your best. It's so easy to stand here in the present, knowing what we know now, and judge that past version of us, as if they should have known what we know now. But how could you? That's life, right? Wandering through with only the tools you have at the moment, with the clarity, or lack thereof, at the time guiding you. You can say all the "what was I thinkings," "I should have knowns," and "how didn't I see's" you want. But scolding that past version of you is like getting angry with a toddler for not knowing how to take care of themselves yet. You learn through trial and error, through feelings, through fumbling and falling down. All of it was part of the path that got you here. So forgiveness begins not with anyone else, but within you. It begins with a simple recognition that you are doing your best, always. Even when your best looked confused, clumsy, or unsure. To see that you need to soften, and to soften is what will allow you to begin to forgive. First, work on forgiving yourself. That doesn't mean forgetting everything, because how could you? Or pretending it didn't happen. I went through it. Why would I ever pretend it didn't happen? No. The key here, friends, is to zoom out, all the way out, and see it for what it truly was, part of the experience of life. Every choice, every harsh word you regret, every emotion they disregarded, wasn't a crime against you or them. It was just you learning to walk before you knew you could run. The problem is, most of us carry our mistakes around like the last 10 pounds we just can't seem to lose, dragging them along year after year, replaying scenes, wishing we could edit the script. But personally, I was determined not to do this. I spent 20 years in the relationship trying to figure it out, make it better, fix it. The past is finished. Recognize it's now just an illusion carried by your mind. Why are you still letting this situation punish you when you're no longer in it? Why argue with what no longer is? Stop it. Understand the difference between learning and condemnation. Learning is active, it's alive, it's ongoing, and it opens the way forward. Self-condemnation is stagnant. It's dead. It's chaining you to a past version of you that can't grow. Compassion is the key. Compassion for yourself is the lesson here. Time to shed the dead weight and realize you may have been knocked down, but you'll never stay down. This will allow you to stand up and take those first steps into freedom. This will let the universe know you're ready to receive again. Now, the second step is forgiving others. I know. Believe me, I know. When a person acts out of pocket, or what you'd call wrong, remember, they too are not acting from perfect clarity. They are acting from their own limited awareness. And what is true for you is also true for others. If they're bitter, mean, or manipulative, It's because they have all that in their heart. They learned it from childhood, from their upbringing, from wounds they refused to look at and would never let you see. And once you understand they're living inside their own punishment, you'll see there's no need to condemn them. They're driven by pain, fear, and confusion, just like the little kid version of themselves. They don't need you to judge them, because they're already judging themselves. Plenty. Now, this doesn't mean their cruelty is acceptable, or that you have to excuse the harm. I just want you to pause and see them as the scared, upset 5-year-old version of themselves, because that's who is in the driver's seat. See beneath the behavior, the child beneath the anger, the rejection, the shame, the suffering beneath the mask. This right here is what allowed me to walk away from someone I devoted 2 decades of my life to without hatred. Someone who did me wrong in so many ways, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Even after he told everyone that it was me who did him wrong, so he could save his reputation, his good guy image, by ruining mine. Humiliation ritual at its finest. He ran a smear campaign on the only person who genuinely cared for him, exploited me by literally putting a Sarah suit on, and adopting my personality, pretending what he did to me, I did to him. He gaslit friends, family, whatever it took to get people on his side, to gain attention and sympathy. Thinking my energy, my essence, that he had been harvesting for the better part of 20 years was his own. That my divine favor, my good luck, was his own. Enmeshment is a wild thing. Now that's only a small part of it, but what grown-ass person acts this way? They don't. That's the child seeping out. Acting out of old wounds, old traumas. And once you can take your hurt out of it and see it for what it truly is, who it truly is, you can't help but to show compassion. It's easy to judge. It makes us feel superior for a time. And that is why most people do it. It costs nothing. But to actually be able to zoom out and to try to understand another human being, what's going on in their inner world, that is difficult. It requires presence. It requires us to think, to feel. And this is where the highest form of intelligence appears. Not the kind of intelligence that memorizes facts or solves puzzles. The intelligence of empathy. To see yourself in another, both light and dark sides. To recognize their anger, their hurt, their fear is your anger, hurt, and fear in another form. Their confusion, the same as you once carried. Their heartbreak, the same heartbreak they caused you. That's another level of strength. Anyone can strike back, match petty with petty. But to look into the eyes of another and see the suffering behind the actions, that is a rare and subtle wisdom that is lost on most humans these days. If you can train yourself to do this, forgiveness becomes a natural response. Look at it like there's nothing to forgive, only pain to understand. Hurt people, right? Pain spreads quicker than any other emotion. Not everyone wounded in childhood will grow up to wound others. But most of the time, unconsciously, they do. And the chain continues, generation after generation. If we refuse to do the deep healing work, if we refuse to be self-aware, we simply pass the poison along. This keeps the world in a cycle of resentment and retaliation, in a cycle of struggle. And hot tip, the universe won't advance you, won't gift you, until you learn to release resentment from your heart and forgive. It's kind of a big one. So let people say what they want. Let them project what they are onto you. Let them think you have unfinished business. You don't. Forgiveness is the refusal to play that game, to take the petty, immature anger and hand it right back to them. To put a stop to carrying the burden they want you to carry. And remember, forgiveness isn't about them. It's about you. It's how you take your power back, reclaim your freedom, and move forward. You don't have to say it face to face either. Often, it's quiet, silent, private, within your own heart. You can forgive and not invite them back into your life. Let resentment go. Let the hurt go. Don't let it hold you back. Hatred only punishes you, punishes your spirit. Letting go not only releases them, it releases you. Intelligence isn't found in the mind alone. It's in the heart that can imagine another's experience as if it were their own. It can't always be just logic, just black and white. Right or wrong, guilty or innocent. Empathy allows you to ask what pain made them act that way. Not ignoring cruelty, just seeing reality in a deeper way. This is true intelligence, and it's no easy thing, but it's liberating, I can tell you that. And I'll leave you with this. Once you see the chain of causes, you can no longer hate the link. Forgive and let life be what it is. One big lesson. Until next time, friends, keep healing. See ya.